Hey everyone. So I want to start doing a better job on following up on some of my videos because you guys always see, the good strategies and what's working, and I want to show you more about, the next steps that I'm trying to take and test, and that a lot of stuff doesn't work out. So this is a follow-up from my last video that I'm going to put in the comments below. I think that's the easiest way for you guys to find that video. It was the PP auto, the product page auto, where I talked about adding all of the keywords from your listing as negative phrases to research new keywords and new ASINs. Now, as I set these up, I did not do this, and then I came back a few days later and realized the massive mistake that I made that makes these look way better than they actually are. So, and I've talked about this before, it is separating all of your defensive campaigns and making sure you're not bidding on your own ASINs. So remember, this is the next step. So remember that what we want to do here, so this is the PP auto, and we have negative here, we have 60 negative phrases, right? But we have no negative products. So what I forgot to do was to add all of my own ASINs as negatives here so that I'm not showing up on my own pages, right? So that my defensive campaigns are doing their thing, and I'm not getting crossover or overlap here with defensive campaigns to make these look better. So that is the first step you need to do to get more reliable data here, is add all of your own ASINs as negatives into this campaign, into the PP auto campaign. Now, the next logical step is to take ASINs that are converting in this PP auto and bid on them manually, right? Now, first of all, I know a lot of other people preach that whenever you take something from an auto campaign and move it into manual, you should negative it, right? So say I have an ASIN that's converting here, and I want to bid on it for a competitor targeting sponsored product. People tell you to negative it right away in the auto. I am so against that. And I'm so against doing that for keywords too, because if it doesn't work out in the new campaign, now all of a sudden you removed it from the campaign that's working. So please don't get ahead of yourself with negatives. A lot of people do that. They're like, oh, this is converting, I'm going to remove it from this campaign and do it manual. That'll hurt you in the long run. So all I did was I saw what ASINs were converting in this PP auto, and I moved them to a manual campaign. Now, it did not go well, okay? So I've got some placement stats up here for product pages. I got a lot of clicks. And again, these were all ASINs that were running at about a 50% ACOS in that auto campaign. Now they're at 110% ACOS blended. But it's not working. It was too aggressive. I did the same thing for a sponsored display. I extracted them all from the auto, bid on them for a sponsored display, same exact thing. It's at like a 90% ACOS. So just really quick is I see the data, I see it's not working. And then I try to think to myself, why is this not working? Okay. I typed in Valentine's Day gifts for her. This was one of the first things that popped up. They're like capsule letter messages. Didn't know these existed, right? Okay. So think about it. You sell chocolates or flowers or a teddy bear for Valentine's Day. And if you have an auto campaign running, you might show up for this because it's similar to your product, but maybe you've never converted for it before. So in those auto campaigns, you're showing up in this carousel here, maybe here, maybe in the second spot, maybe in the fourth page, right? When you extract these and put them into manual campaigns, you're going to show up in one of these 5 carousels, or you're going to show up as a sponsored display. I don't know why. For some reason, there's no display showing up right now. But you guys know this is where it would show up. So what I realized is that is actually too aggressive for this strategy, because I'm doing well in these PP autos because I'm not in the very first spot, because that's not where my product belongs for these ads. So that's the point of this ad. And some people always think, oh, something's converting, let's bid higher, let's go more aggressive, let's push it. You need to sometimes accept the fact that ads are okay at the bottom of the page, and maybe in search results in page 3, or in these carousels, maybe they're okay in page 4 of 204. So think about that. If people keep scrolling and scrolling and all of a sudden see a really good gift, that's where they're buying it apparently. And these are so cheap. These are such cheap clicks. So when I try to convert these to manuals, the clicks were way too expensive, and I think I was being too aggressive on them. So what I'm going to do is lower those budgets on the manuals, add my own ASINs as negatives, and then keep that PP auto running, right? Let's just keep it where it is in page 7, in page 3. That's where this campaign lands, okay? So again, the point of this video is if you find new keywords and you know that you're not going to rank on page 1 for them, or you find a new competitor and you know that you're not going to do well in the very top sponsored display spot, just accept that and know that you don't need to pay a crazy amount. You can get some cheap clicks, you can get orders here and there, and then just be patient with it. All right? So I hope that helps, and I'm going to, again, try to go through more follow-ups on these to show you guys that stuff doesn't always work. And if you take a few minutes, look on the front end, you can kind of wrap your head around it and make some changes.